Hello, YouTube sphere. Let's get this going. I got to start off with a smile. Happy, magnificent, marvelous, magical, money making, motivational Monday. It's the second to last Monday of December. It's crazy how things work. Put that do not disturb on. It took away my flash, but that's okay. I had to make sure I put the do not disturb on there. Um, so, what we talking about today? We talking about credit reports. I know, right? Something that's so exciting. I hope everybody is enjoying their time off. If you have time off, and if you are like an educator like me, it was so good not to wake up this morning and have to go outside to work. So it was awesome. Christmas Eve is tomorrow. Everybody get all their gifts and do all this shopping and stuff. I know there's a lot of last minute shoppers out there. I know we're gonna be out there tomorrow, doing some things or whatever. But mainly try to get the food for Christmas Eve because we usually do, something, good for Christmas Eve. So we've been doing. See, people just started doing seafood boils. We've been doing seafood boils since 2000. I would probably say 17 for Christmas Eve. We do the cookies and do all of that type of stuff, watch Christmas movies. So it's going to be dope. So can't wait to partake in that tomorrow. But today we're talking about your credit report. How to read your credit report like a pro. That's what we're talking about today. Drop a 1 in the comments if you're watching this live. Drop a 2 if you're new to my live. And drop a 3 if you're watching the replay. And I really appreciate it. So let's talk about it. So what is a credit report? Right? So a credit report is like your financial report card. It details your your managed accounts, like your credit cards, your loans, your mortgages, whatever else that you have that includes credit is on there. So it includes your credit history, your credit utilization, payment history, any public records that you have, like bankruptcies. So when you look at your credit report, you are looking at the sections. It's by sections, right? I know it's a long report, but if you're looking at it online, it's sections. So you have, first things first is your personal information. It's your name, your address, and your occupation. And a lot of times they have all these different names, all these different addresses, all these different occupations. That isn't accurate. You can get that changed by calling the credit reporting agencies. That's TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. You can call them and change it, but sometimes they make you send in verification or documentation for you to change it. But a lot of times they'll change it on the phone. And you get somebody on the phone, you change the information, boom. That can help your credit score in a sense sometimes, but not a lot. It will definitely make it easier for people to identify you. And if you have some accounts that don't match that name, then that's something that you can dispute. So another thing is, your next thing is your credit accounts. Is always have your trade lines, your active trade lines. So you check your credit cards, your loans, your balances, your payment history. All of that is there. And sometimes you will be able to see the numbers if on there from your pay dates, and it'll say 30, 60, 90, 120 or whatever. That's how many days consecutive that you have paid. And it'll have little markings in it, and then it'll get to like lates and things of that nature. And then it'll get to, when you don't pay it, it'll get to a CO, which is collection. So when you seeing those marks on there, it's just showing you your payment history based on that time frame in which they are calculated on your credit report. So you need to understand how to look at that. And if you have something accuracies on your active accounts, you can definitely reach out to the creditor and rectify that. So if you have verification that you did not, you weren't late, or you got some type of exemption or whatever it is that you can get due, to contact the creditors up front to correct those errors. They might have something like a balance that is not reported accurate, you have a late payment that's not supposed to be on there, whatever that is. Make sure that you're checking it. Then your next part is your inquiries. A lot of times, if you have charge-offs, excuse me, the charge-offs will be before your inquiries. So it'll be your charge-offs, then your inquiries. But if you don't have any charge-offs, then it'll be your inquiries next. And what are inquiries? You have to understand the difference between soft inquiries and hard inquiries. Soft inquiries are ones that don't impact your credit. Excuse me. The hard inquiries do impact your score just a little bit, not a few points here or there. So you just need to make sure, but you need to make sure you're not getting a whole lot of inquiries within the 2-year time frame. It's 4 inquiries, but if you're shopping around for the same product and they have to run your credit, that usually does not is not a hindrance to your credit score. So you just have to make sure that you are understanding. Like if you are shopping for a mortgage and you go to different banks, that's something different. They see that you're shopping for the same product. But if you go try to buy a car, then you try to get a mortgage, then you try to buy some furniture, then you like try to do all these different things at once, it can be a detriment to your credit score because you seem like a risky borrower. Whatever, however that case may be, but you just might want to use credit to buy all the stuff that you want. So you just have to be mindful of that. And then the next thing is your public records and collections. So any negative items that you have on your credit report will be in that section, usually towards the bottom. And you're looking for if it says CO or collections or COL or it say collections. Derogatory, impacted, it'll say those different types of things on there. And you'll also see your public records if you have any tax liens or bankruptcies or things of that nature. You'll see it in that section as well. So just know how to read that. So first and foremost, like I said, you come to your personal information, your active credit accounts. If you don't have any charge-offs, you'll have your inquiries next, and then you have your public records and collections. That's how the order goes. So why accuracy matters. Errors in your credit report can lower your credit score and cost you more interest. You want to make sure you're getting the best interest rate as possible. The higher your credit score, the better your interest rate. So you don't want to, bypass an error on your credit report because it can be detrimental to your interest rate that you're trying to achieve. So for instance, if you have a 740 or higher and you're trying to buy a mortgage, and I'm buying a mortgage, you're trying to get a mortgage because I'm a real estate agent, anything between the 740 and the 850 is going to be the same interest rate. So you want to get the best interest rate is getting in that range. That I would say 760 to give yourself some wiggle room, but that's going to give you the best interest rate in whatever you're trying to buy or finance, I should say, in a sense. And right now you have some rates that are under 6, depending on what bank that you're going to. You have some that's 6, like 6.1, 6.2 at this point. But it all depends on what bank you go to when you're talking about shopping around for a mortgage. But that's a different conversation for a different day. I was just giving you an example of how your interest rate is impacted. The lower your interest rate, and lower your credit score, the higher your interest rate. It's an inverse effect. So the higher your credit score, the lower your interest rate. The lower your credit score, the higher your interest rate. So it's in reverse. Hey girl, hey queen, how you doing? I appreciate you. So make sure that you're looking for those common errors like incorrect account details, outdated balances, accounts that aren't yours. If you have closed accounts that have a zero balance, you can call the credit reporting agencies and get those removed. I've done that before myself. That's how I know. You give them a call. If you get somebody that have a bad attitude, I will just hang up and call back and get another person. You want somebody with some good energy on the phone, and I keep calling back until I get that person. But you get any closed account that has a zero balance needs to be taken off your credit report. Anything that's reporting a zero balance needs to be taken off your credit report. So sometimes you'll pay off stuff and it'll still sit there and it'll still be reporting. It's not helping. That's the point. So you want to get those things removed and have those things reported accurately because it can impact your score. If your account details are not correct, if your balance is, outdated, all of those different things can be, corrected. So how do you spot these errors? Okay. You look for unfamiliar accounts. You duplicate entries or incorrect payment statuses. So a lot of times, especially student loans, because they sell them so much, you will still have the old processor on your account, on your credit report, with the new processor reporting the same loan. That's an error. They can't report the same loan at the same amount with two different people. So who holds it? So when you want to look at that, because it increases your debt to income ratio. If somebody looks at your credit report and they see that you have two $50,000 loans out there, um, it's going to be detrimental to your debt to income ratio, and it's going to lower your amount in order for you to say that you can afford, especially when you're talking about a house and different things like that. So you need to make sure that all of those things are reporting positively. That's what you need to do. Make sure that it's accurate. Make sure that if there is any unfamiliar accounts, duplicate entries, or incorrect payment statuses, that you dispute these things. Now, our company does help you dispute, but there's other dispute processes. Sometimes the online disputes work, sometimes they don't. It's best to dispute things on paper because you leave a paper trail. You keep a copy of it, they have a copy of it, you send it in certified mail to make sure that they have record that they received it, and all of that. A lot of the Experian, the credit reporting agency Experian, they update their stuff online now, so they don't really send anything out in the mail anymore. But they will send you correspondence and things of that nature talking about your dispute. You also can use the CFPB to dispute things, which is for consumers. So that is a credit agency that, it's not a credit agency, but it's an agency that helps you be able to put these disputes out there, and they'll do it for you. CFPB. So take a look at that website. You can do your own disputes. Okay. You could use it, but you have to make sure that you upload your documents, have the right documentation, and know exactly what you're disputing. What is that actual code or law that helps you get that thing removed? So if it's collection or a charge off, there's different codes and laws for those. Bankruptcy is a different code and laws for those. You know, repos and late payments and all these different things have different codes. So, and different laws that are attached to them, but you can still dispute these things if they're inaccurate. Even if they're in collections, that means the original creditor does not hold that note anymore. So you have the right to dispute it. So it's up to you as to how you want to dispute it. There's plenty of people that are out there helping people with credit and all of that. So you just have to choose wisely. Make sure you work with somebody that's going to stay with you through the process. You want to get a process where, especially if you're not financially literate, that you are regaining financial literacy. So once you get your credit cleaned up, you won't do the same thing again. That's what our services do. So you need to make sure that you're spotting those errors, looking at those, and properly, hey Bernadette, properly disputing those things. So whichever avenue, sometimes Experian and Credit Karma let you do it on there. It's electronic. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You can send letters to the credit reporting agencies yourself. You can find, different templates and, different ways. There's laws out there. You can call them and say, hey, what's up with this? I'm disputing this. You can do it over the phone. And you also can do it through the CFPB. So website. So it's so many different ways that you can do it. So how do you get your report? So if you are on Experian, then you know that you can get they'll make you pay for it. It's like a monthly subscription. But when you first sign up for it, you have 7 days in order for you to look at your credit reports, print them out, do whatever you need to do, and then you can cut the membership off if you want to. But you can also you can visit each individual site, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Experian to give you all three if you sign up for their services. And then you have annualcreditreport.com that'll give you your credit reports for free once a year. I know during the pandemic, they was doing it twice. There was a lot of scamming going on, but now they took it down to once a year. So freecreditreport.com You can look at your credit reports there, download them from there. You need to be looking at your credit reports. It doesn't matter if you have bad credit or good credit. People with bad credit or people that know that they have some credit challenges don't look at the credit report and be the main one subject to identity theft. And the reason why is because that people know that people that generally have challenges with their credit don't check their credit reports. So they'll take you and take your name and use it for criminal activity. My friend had a house in New York she didn't even know about. So people are stealing identities all the time. It doesn't matter if you have good credit or bad credit. Look at all these security breaches that we're getting from the phone companies, from Equifax just had one, the credit card companies. We're all getting these alerts about these. Hi, NISA. We all getting these reports about all these data breaches. Hospitals have had data breaches. Car companies have had data breaches. So you need to have that identity theft protection on your, person. Okay, I should say that, on yourself. And then also making sure that you are actually looking at your credit reports, because you just never know. You might find something that's on there that you didn't do. So make sure that you just looking at it. Okay. If you're having trouble, reading it, you don't have, find a trusted advisor that knows how to do it. Find a family member, Google it, watch a YouTube video, YouTube University. It's always great. So just to give you an extra tip, so set a reminder to review your credit reports every 4 months by rotating through the 3 bureaus. This keeps you informed year round. So if you're checking it, it's definitely important. If you're checking it, at least every 4 months, then you're doing it basically every quarter, and you will be able to spot different things, because you usually see changes between 45 to 90 days to your credit. Sometimes it happens even faster depending on that. I mean, how many of you have been subject to your credit score dropping because you are over the limit on your credit cards, or you're late on your credit card, or something happened, something got on your report that you didn't even know, and you're dropping points every single day, it seems. So you just have to be mindful of that. So that's it for today. I just wanted to give you some tips on how to read your credit report today. Is very important, especially during this holiday season. A lot of things are happening. People are using people's identities. You need to make sure that you are taking advantage of any, especially if you were a customer with Equifax and some of these different companies that have had these data breaches. They will give you free identity theft protection because they have to, because of the fact that it was a data breach on their behalf. So just making sure that you take advantage of that. But also, if you need credit repair, you need a financial literacy tool to teach you how to budget, save, pay off debt. You need a will and trust. You need identity theft protection, and credit monitoring, all these different types of things. We have the service that you need. So check into it. Look into it. Check out my website. The link is going to be attached to my Facebook Live. It's in my bio on my Instagram, and it's also going to be in my YouTube description. So just check it out for yourself. Check it out for a family member. Give somebody the the gift of credit, repairing their credit instead of buying them, frivolous things that, they're going to admire and they're going to look at, but how is it helping them soar and get better? We need to start sowing the seeds where they can grow, and it's sowing it into our own people and helping them. I know people like the tangible things and we like to feel things, but there is nothing better than having a good credit report and score so that you can go and live out the possibilities. Credit is not just used to just buy things. Credit can be used to be able to help you build your business, invest. Rich people use debt to make more money. They don't use debt just to sit on something and look at it. So you need to understand the difference. Um, Yeah, so it takes a couple months. It takes 45 to 90 days for it to show up on your credit report. And it's meant to jump up and down. So don't be your credit score is meant to jump up and down. So don't be too frantic about that. That's what they want you to do. That's why they send you those emails, negative 20, 30. It's meant to fluctuate until you're able to stabilize it with the proper education, the proper trade lines, and knowing how to work the system. All that stuff is on an algorithm. So that's just how it's going to be. So I would love to assist you if you are in need of credit repair, a financial literacy system. Like I said, we're not just a credit repair company. We are a financial literacy company. And also, if you're in Detroit, and I can help everybody across the United States with the credit repair. Now, but if you are in the Detroit and the surrounding areas, and you are looking for a real estate agent, or you're looking to buy a home and you just don't know how to get started, I would love to assist you. So I don't know if I'm coming on tomorrow because it's Real Estate Tuesday, but look out for this house that I'm going to drop. That's $3.9 million off the lake here. Oh, it's so dope. I'm going to drop that video tomorrow. So look out for that. If I don't come on, because I got a lot of stuff going on tomorrow, Christmas Eve. But if I don't drop that, if I don't come on live, I got that dropped. And then if I might still do my live, I might, or I might just wait till Thursday. But check me out. Follow my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. That link is in my link as well, on my link as well. So all of my socials, I'll definitely follow back. And have an amazing night and a Merry Christmas if I don't see you again, or Happy Holidays, however you want to slice it, however you want to do it. But I say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, all of that good stuff. We about to be in 2025, y'all. It's time to get our lives in order, money in order, credit in order. There is a change in order coming. So you need to be prepared by getting your financial life in order. So have an amazing night.